Okay, this is Toad West Allis, and I'm going to give you some quick race tips on how to race a crit. And in the beginning here, it's getting really hard, but the basic theme today is how to be a winner, and the basic idea is that you do not just want to sit in and let the race play out however other people like Brody here is making the race play out. You have to take some action. You cannot be in conserve mode. That was one of the goals for my racing in Toad here. I was a little nervous about this right off the bat, is that if those two guys left by themselves, it was going to be a rough race. It was going to be really hard. I do kind of sit in the front here a little bit to kind of try to pull this back because it's important eventually let the pack fill in. But again, this idea that winners take the action that they need to do to win the race. My coach says this all the time. Basically, there's a handful of winners that are going to win the race, and there's only a handful more who knows who those people are. And otherwise, they're just sitting in. Most of these guys are just here to be there, and they don't want to race to win. And that's not what I'm here to do. So here you can see I move up a little bit more. This is a little bit of the area that we talked about before in the last race analysis, is that there's a washing machine effect right there. And again, I wanted to take the action to put some pressure on some guys. So here you're going to see again that same section. I can move up pretty easily there. I'm not taking that much energy out to just kind of move up the side there. People tend to ease up there. So once this happens on the next lap, I'm going to take the action that puts some pressure on people. I think there was one or two guys off the front that kind of got pulled back right at this time that I'm about to pull an attack on. So it's a good time roughly to attack. And you can see people are easing up, not pedaling at all. So I'm just going to go up the sheltered side. I think this is the sheltered side from the wind. Send an attack and just get out of conserve mode, make an attempt to put the pressure on people, an attempt to win. Do the thing that basically you need to do to win. Also allows me to take some good corners here. Watch, outside, going inside. I avoid a manhole cover. Wasn't as close to the apex as maybe I can, but you're gonna see I pedal through pretty much all of my corners here. When I'm off the front, if you're taking lines that are good, you're pedaling through every corner. Otherwise, you're probably not taking good lines. If you can pedal through the corner, you're taking good lines and keeping your speed. Watch this one, right? I'm pedaling wide, taking the apex, still pedaling, and then outside. So that's really important. It's one of the strengths that I'm going to talk about throughout this race series, is that cornering is one of my biggest strengths, and I got to use it to my advantage. Again, here you can see I'm pedaling through the corner and out of the corner, and that's really important for speed and keeping your speed and being around other people. But again, here we go. Basically, just corners are one of my strengths. We'll talk about that later. And again, I'm just trying to take some action to put pressure on the field here. Maybe see if someone bridges. Eventually, Brody does bridge here, and we, take some pulls. Take some pulls throughout this lap. Pretty good person to be in the break with. He was the guy who jumped off the front in the very beginning, but we do get caught. Another thing to really understand, and we'll talk about this later too, is that after a certain amount of laps, you really can't go backwards, and you got to take every opportunity to move forwards. Otherwise, you're not going to win the race. Look at this to the left-hand side, wide open. People are just soft pedaling, not doing anything. There is only on the lap counter there? 4 laps. I absolutely should have taken that. After a certain lap counter, you should not be moving back. You should be only moving up. And on the left-hand side here, people are soft pedaling. This is the easiest thing for me to do to move up. There's only 3 laps to go. I should be absolutely gunning it up there, so that in the last couple laps, when it starts to string out, like 2 to go here, it starts to string out, you can't move up for free there. And then it happens again with 2 to go here. I should be sprinting up this left-hand side basically to get into the top roughly 4 positions onto the last lap. Super important. If you're not moving up in the last few laps, you're not going to win. That's really, really vital to winning a race, and if you don't understand that, you're not going to win. So here you can go. Here you can see I didn't do so hot. But thanks for watching. Please subscribe. We're going to do some more race analysis videos like this. Hopefully you learned a thing or two. And yeah, thanks for watching.